road of my surgeon that I'm dying feeling emergency. Did I do all that I could do to ensure my success? Did I really give my all? And am I really at my best today?
Hey, Rachel. Hey, girl. How you doing? Hello, Courtney.
Thank God for the day. Thank God for the morning. Won't take this here for granted. No good Lord, I got to get on it. With every breath I take, from move I make, I got to keep on a better life for me. And all
Oh, happy solar return. Happy solar return, Rachel. How was it? Azir as a Zyre? Maybe I know I fucked that up. My bad. Hey, boo. What's up, Flair? How are y'all doing this morning or afternoon or wherever you are? Whatever time it is, wherever you are. So I decided to switch things up a little bit and do a daytime live. And so I do have my daughter with me. You may hear in the background. I do want to preface this live with that. So you just, mind your business, mind your business. Everybody just go about their business because she will be in the background being loud. I know it because I know her. Because I can't borrow mine. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Robin. You didn't like the way you look? What you mean? Why you didn't like the way you look? You gonna stretch? Yes, namaste. You are Aries, March 24th. Happy solar return to all my Aries. Hi, Mira. I know, right? I had to switch it up, Scorpio. It's a day party. Get your mimosas. Get your little herbs or your coffee, your morning tea. Il Nana, ex-girl, what's up? Your mom is an Aries. She's born on March 22nd. Happy solar return, mommy. Didn't like how my pictures turned out. Oh, you took pictures like on your phone or like, formally you went to go get your picture taken? And Meg, my Mercury is in Aries, 6th house. Gemini, 8th house. Mars. So with your Mercury and Aries in the 6th house and that Gemini, do you have siblings? Because for one, I know if you do have siblings, that could create a lot of tension amongst siblings, right? As well as a person who lacks a lot of stability in their day-to-day life. They're kind of all over the place. And so is that mouth, probably. You probably got a mouth that's off the chain. Hey, Adrian, good morning. Yes, y'all. Get up on that pre-made mimosas from the store. Ooh. You need to get up and cook a large breakfast. Come on and cook. It's time to break your fast. I actually just ate. I had egg whites, turkey bacon, and a piece of Ezekiel toast. Y'all, listen. The kids gonna be real scrumptious for summertime, okay? So we're eating. We're trying to eat clean, as clean as possible. You new to this channel? Hey, welcome, friendly for not friendly extortion. It's the name for me. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And y'all make sure you hit that like button on your way in for me. Healthy things. Facts. My little sister's an Aries child. Ooh, what is that like? Yes, clean eating. I do what I can. I do what I can. Okay, so how has Aries season been treating everybody? And one thing I have noticed, since Aries season has popped off, and y'all back me up in the comments, I've noticed there being a direct correlation as soon as transiting sun kicked into Aries, all of these shootings, right? All the white boys came out to play. They said, let freedom ring in the chopper scene. They was like, oh, we finna fight for our rights and shoot shit up and be on our fucking crazy ass Columbine shit. And just an uptick in violence, right? Aries literally does deal with violence. It deals with gunfire, weaponry. So I just thought that was very interesting. Exactly. You've been very active. That's good. What do you do? Not Aries season has me feeling reckless. A lot of people have been feeling reckless. Well, happy solar return, Brad's doll. Gee, I noticed you put your previous lives on private, and now I'm at work and can't fully listen to this one. I hope you keep it up so I can catch you later. Yes, I will. I want to slowly kind of start doing more lives on my Patreon. So that's the direction I'm gearing up to take this channel in. So the lives that I'll do for this channel or for like YouTube will probably be a lot less frequent, and I'll start posting regular uploads again. I'm just like really busy right now, so lives are. Drive around. Wanna drive? We can. Yes, I just want to get some fresh air. Okay. And listen to cool music. Okay, we can do that. Give me. I'll come get you when I'm done. My Gemini stellium baby wants to go ride it in the car. You can't make this up. And she has her moon conjunct Venus, so she wants to ride in the car and listen to music. And they say astrology ain't real. Yes, that's my bae. She is something else, child. Thank you. Thank y'all. And I forgot what point I was making too. Aries feels normal, but with transiting Mars and Gemini, how this energy playing out alongside Mercury in Aries. Well, uh expect a lot of, like I said, issues in terms of like community problems. And I actually did this when the lunar nodes switched, and I remember kind of predicting a very similar effect. But lots of issues with literally school shootings. When we talk about Mercury in Aries, Mercury deals with schools, grades K through 12. So I mean that's kind of interesting. But like, an uptick in school violence, community violence, a lot of attention and focus being placed on like community affairs and things like that. And a lot of people just on edge. A lot of people very quick to talk, but not so quick to listen. So a lot of people are going to clash. A lot of people are very short and snippety with their patience. Everybody wants to do a lot of asserting and even projecting. You have outspoken but respectful children. But respectful part is a very important caveat, okay? Very important, because Sometimes they get a little flip flip, especially if you have children with lots of Gemini placements, children with I would even say Sagittarian children, Gemini children. Some Scorpio children can be really flippy with the lip, honey, and you gotta be like, all right, let's bring this back. Let's get back left. Not anger issues. Scorpio rising here, Mars transiting my eighth house. Should I be concerned? I think I don't. I would have to look at your chart or like your transits in full, but having that. Let me give me a second. Let me see. Let me go look at the transits myself, because we have Mars 20th. Oh, at the 20th degree of Gemini. I will say this. I don't think there's a need for you to be afraid or nothing, but you want to be very mindful of your hands. You could easily receive cuts, burns, bruises, and things to your hands around this time. Your car might give you some problems, so you want to pay attention to that, because this is a time where you could accrue unexpected expenses or debt with your vehicle. So just little stuff like that you want to be mindful of. Um, yeah, that's it for the most part. I would have to see the rest of your chart or the other transits, and how Mars is aspected and all that other stuff. But no problem. Aries can be big bullies. Hey, Justin D. Uh-huh. Okay, so let's get into it. Because as you can see by the title, okay, today's live is going to be about Aries women in particular. If you're interested in hearing more so of like just the generic archetype of Aries, I think I do have be quiet, Craig. I think I do have an Aries exposed. I do have an Aries exposed video that you can go check out at your leisure. But today we're gonna focus on the women, and then I want to end it off or wrap it up with some examples. Okay. So Aries women are typically very assertive women. These are women who tend to play by their own sets of rules. They have lots of originality. These are very self assured and even egotistical women with a strong sense of who they are and are willing to stand on that despite where that places them amongst others, right? And so these are people who can be, especially women, of course, more specifically, who can come off as more abrasive and aggressive, and a lot of fire sign women, I always say, kind of have this issue just because of societal standards of what it means for women to behave in the way that a lot of fire sign women are naturally don't really align with one another. So to the outside world, they can on the negative end be bossy. I think y'all even said bullyish, and they really can. The dark sided ones absolutely can be, but the higher octave of this is assertiveness, right? A leader. Like they do really good in positions of leadership. They're really good when it comes to starting off projects, kicking things off. They're really brave. They're typically very courageous, but the darker sided ones can kind of take that and run with it, right? Just like people can kind of misperceive and misconstrue, um, you know, even when they're exuding the lighter side of these qualities. But these are people who are also all about going for what they want. It very much falls in line with that theme of self-preservation. So as women, and that's something else that kind of strips them of their stereotypical feminine quality, right? Because when it comes to women, right, a woman's natural state of being, when you think about the moon, is all about nurturing, right? It's caring, it's sharing, it's comforting. While Aries is, because it's it's a masculine sign, ruled by a masculine planet, it's literally all about doing. And more specifically, doing for self preservation from that standpoint. So, um, needless to say, Aries women as mothers are not the most nurturing. Aries women as mothers are not the most, I mean, and on the lighter end, once again, I mean, they can still be great mothers. But what they bring into that mother child dynamic would just be different things, if that makes sense. So, these are the mothers who could also even live vicariously through their children, viewing their children as an extension of themselves. A lot of stage moms have Aries, very prominent Aries energy. Or just moms who can, on the negative end, be bullyish. Like I said, insensitive, abusive as well. So a lot of the Aries women who are on like the darker side, or who exude the lower vibrational kind of energy, can come off that way too, even if they're not mothers. A lot of dark sided Aries women are bitches. Like, they can be bitches, they can be haters, they can be um just really mean spirited. And even when I had my list, go check out that video of the biggest haters of the zodiac, Aries absolutely makes the list. So on the darker side, your lower vibrational Aries woman is just a hating ass bitch. Honestly, hating ass bitch, but probably won't even like admit it. But they're so kind of like Leo women. They're very competitive, so everything is all about win or lose. So if they're really dark sided, and depending on whatever else they got on in their charts, they can be the type of women to, identify with men more than women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving me very Remy Ma. It's giving me very. I can't be bitchy as hell. I try to control it. Never. Living vicariously through the kids. Yep. My mom is an Aries Venus. She not bullies her boyfriends. And that's another thing too. Aries women, because they're so assertive women, typically, right? These are women who very much know what they want, right? I mean, like I said, Aries is the sign of leadership. So, and very similar to the other fire sign women, they don't really respect men who they can walk all over, but they don't do really good with other alphas either. They don't do good with alpha men, quote unquote. They don't do good with men who are hyper masculine, even though that may be what they're attracted to. uh Forging long-term relationships with very masculine men could be really hard. Like, it's they're always undergoing some type of power struggle in their relationships. So what happens is a lot of them actually just end up settling for men who they know they can either bitch around, or, you know, that kind of thing. Not bully your boyfriend. Yes, they be annoying. I be wanting to emasculate them. No, just don't be weak minded. I be thinking these dudes think I'm pussy, and our hell breaks loose. Ah, heck nah. Your South Node is in Aries. I know I am, realness. The perfect escape. Oh, stop speaking absolutes astrologically speaking. But yeah, Aries women are super pretty, but naturally masculine. And a lot of Aries women can be masculine. Even the heterosexual ones, um, can be very masculine, almost to the point where, like, these are the women who could have been one of the boys when they were younger. One of, like, literally like one of the guys, tomboyish. A lot of them played sports. Okay, and actually, their energy is best used when playing sports, or like these are the type of people, or type of women who have to be physically active. Otherwise, it can backfire. in non-productive ways, but because it gives them the ability to release a lot of that energy, and to actually act on a lot of those instincts in terms of like, oh, the competitiveness of it and this and that. So I mean, that's cool, but let me see. Whenever I like someone, I always punch them. Not punch them. My aunt has her Mercury in the sign of Aries. No one can tell her anything without her seeing and hearing it first. So they can be very hard headed, very, very hard headed, very willful, very defensive. Okay. So if you try to say something to them, they're always on the attack. They're always willing, to kind of go back and forth. Now, I will say I do see the types of Aries women where you have the women who, especially when they're dating, or particularly when they're dating, they like it when they meet men who could overpower them, but because they're already kind of naturally, aggressive or very just forward women, it kind of attracts very abusive men. Like it attracts a man who wants to conquer women. If I'm making sense, a lot of them can attract men who just want to conquer women. And the way that you conquer women is either through, this is gonna be the daytime version is gonna be the PG version because the kids is up. So through what or by physical violence, by brute violence, force, strength. All of those things are associated with Aries as well. And so you have that type of Aries woman, but then you also have the Aries woman who actually prefers to exude force and strength over others. And they don't even always necessarily have to be physically violent, but they can still be, like I said, very abusive people in other respects. So if they're unevolved, put it like that. Mm-hmm. Mars in general. Mm-hmm. I believe having significant water, Venus, and aspects of Mars. Water calms down a lot. Da, da, da. Yeah. Don't physically abuse fellas. Just learn how to please a woman. I don't see where one has anything to do with the other, Casey. Or are you talking to men? Did I read that wrong? Can I go in the car? Like, okay. Oh, you're talking to me. Okay, so I misread that. I'm an Aries, but I'm happy I have Taurus moon. Meg, literally hard headed. Rihanna, 5 head. And you know what she does? She has that Aries look. A lot of Aries women be having big ass foreheads if you pay attention for real, or women with Aries placements, especially like if it's aspect in the ascendant too or something. So let me see. They can also be very driven. I think I mentioned that. Um, Adventurous, exciting, charming, passionate. Um, and I also mentioned the masculine flair, which can make them a little rough around the edges. Um, so there's that. Also, I did say bossy, but they can also have a lot of sex appeal too. Very similar to Scorpio women. Aries women have that, and it actually it looks better on Scorpio women, but like Aries women are in your face, like very sexual, or they can have that sexual appeal, right? But like these are the women who would probably go out of their way. And in some cases, they do look like they be trying too hard when they be trying to dress sexy. But you can't tell them what to do, honey. OMG, I got Mars in the first, and my head is big as fuck. I wonder what else you got going on to contribute to that little head. Cause you didn't you say you had some Gemini energy, or am I tripping? You know, them Geminis be having little heads. Lady Gaga is an Aries. Jill Scott. I never did a reading on Jill Scott, but she is the epitome of a dark side Aries woman. She has a lot of masculine energy in her chart. And y'all remember where her husbands was like the first of all, she didn't have like 50, 11 husbands. But the last one she got divorced from was like, yeah, she was trying to emasculate me. I went and looked at her chart. I was like, oh, okay, yep, yep, she did. She did. You an Aries, Aquarius moon, Diana Ross, Aries with a Scorpio rising. I'm a Scorpio and wouldn't know how to be sexy if you pay me. You must got some Capricorn energy. I read your chart before, but I forgot. But stereotypically, like Scorpio women and people who have certain hookups to Pluto in their chart can look they can have just a very alluring aesthetic. Like the Jocelyn's, what's her name? Jocelyn Hernandez and y'all know Lola Monroe. She went by a different name earlier on. She was a rapper who used to be really well, I ain't even gonna say really popping. She was supposed to be next up, and I don't know what happened. Like she was supposed to be next up in like the 2010s, the early 2010s, and then she just I don't know. But she's like this Ethiopian girl from DC, and when I say drop dead gorgeous, them Ethiopians be looking so beautiful, so beautiful, and you could like they have such a distinct appearance, and it's so pretty. And Lola Moreau is fine. Like she bad. Like, oh my God. I love her. And I mean, and she can rap too, but you know, unfortunately that didn't really go nowhere. And she's a Scorpio and she has that look. She has that look. Even if they're not necessarily wearing, you know, it doesn't even have to necessarily correlate to their clothing choice. It's just like a look that they have to them. She does look like a goddess, don't she? Not the wrong birth time. It happens. Come on down. Shaka Khan. Shaka. They can have potty mouths too. Aries are right up there with Aquarius. And Leo, they can be filthy. Will cuss you down, honey. Dorothy Dandridge. Oh, I would like to do a reading on her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is Scorpio. Oh yeah, Aretha, Maya. They can be very promiscuous too, Aries women. And it in the way that it comes off is a lot more striking because once again, with all that masculine energy, you know how men are built to pursue. You know what I'm saying? Mars is all about the pursuit. It's all about the stamina. And as Aries women, they're naturally kind of built like that. So in some for some of them, they can be very like hypersexual or very promiscuous, or even Rihanna, like she's an Aries, what, moon and rising. She had this way about herself where like she excused herself from the rules of society. You know what I mean? And it actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because Libra is a feminist, and if Libra is Aries opposite, you could look at Aries as being, as the energy associated with men, right? And then Libra is the opposite sex, and Libra is all about equality too. So that's why you have feminists and people who kind of, you know, are really big on women who should be able to do what men do. You get what I'm saying? So one kind of feeds into the other because of that polarity between the Libra and Aries. Interesting. But yeah, a lot of Aries women are very masculine. Very masculine, even in terms of dating. So they can go through partners like that. Or even if they are the relationship types, they'll be the aggressors. These are the women who will hit you with that Alicia Keys, that I do look a lot different outside of my work clothes. Woo, woo. Yes, you come in every Thursday and you order the special with the hot chocolate. It is. And leave first. That too. That too. Bad eyebrows. Yeah, they can draw on their eye. I mean, they makeup in general. A lot of Aries women, their makeup be kind of harsh. Like, girl, how you was holding that makeup crayon, putting that on? God damn. I mean, I ain't no makeup guru myself, but I just be like, damn, shorty. But they can be very if they hit, they hit. Especially like Venus Aries women, and they love bold colors, bold styles. A lot of them love red. Like they will hit you with a red lip. Shoot, I got Venus in the first house. Y'all see my red hair here? Okay, it just is what it is. Troublesome placements like the moon. Why everyone I've heard of who's problematic or violent tendencies. Yeah, of all placements, the moon, the moon in Aries. I I I I can't really deal with Aries moons like that. Just being honest. I mean, everyone is different in their own right, but Aries moons hit a little different. Just because your moon is your instinctive response, right? It's like literally an intrinsic part of your personality and who you are. And to be that emotionally explosive, reactive. I mean, they are way more reactionary than Aries suns. Aries suns actually have a lot more self control because the sun, at least the sun, is your willpower. The sun is your will. The moon is literally just when it comes to your moon, you are at the mercy of its ebbs and flows. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like, and then with the Aries moon, I don't like that. I don't like that. Look at Cardi B. That's not cute. Look at Ti, not cute. It's just not cute. I don't want no parts. They can't get along with nobody. And Aries moon women be just as bad. Like they really be having. I would say worse than Aries women, and like Aries sun women, in terms of like getting along. They can be very catty, and that ties back to like the dark side of ones being haters. Like y'all, a lot of y'all Aries moon bitches be haters, bro. Like I'm not even gonna lie. If it don't apply, then let it fly. Then of course I'm not talking to you. But I don't like that. Nah, I'm straight. And them be the types you gotta fight because they can be bullies. So it be like, girl, now we gotta do this, like, because you won't shut up and leave me alone. My mother, Aries, rising, catty as fuck. Don't get along with nobody. Mm-mm. Aries rising can dress well though. It depends. See, new house. Um, the synastry matters between the two, but in terms of just like if we're gonna put the two if we're comparing solely based on the two archetypes of those signs, I would say Aries and Aquarius uh can definitely be compatible. Let me see. Because if I'm not mistaken, that's a sextile. Yeah, Aries and Aquarius are sextile to one another. So I knew I wasn't tripping. So yeah, that's why they're typically very compatible because you got Aries, which is very. I mean, they're two very independent signs. So if you're going based off of that, I feel like an Aries and an Aquarius would allow each other the certain level of room that they need in order to develop separately. Unless because you do have those Aries who want to see, like, who are joint at the hip with their partners though. So I don't know how that will work, but chase your siblings with knives. You said you got your Mercury. I mean, your Mars and Gemini or something. Cause what's up with that? Rihanna used to be such a hater and would be talking shit on Twitter every week. Okay, have to call her back. Um, yeah, I remember. So you remember Lanima? I remember. I was on Twitter during that era where Rihanna used to be talking her shit. Y'all, the Generation Zers and Generation Pluto. Y'all, don't, I mean, not Pluto. Generation Sag. Y'all may not remember that moment in time, but I do because she used to hop her ass on Al Gore's internet talking cash money shit. Oh, I remember talking cash money, cash money. She was even talking shit about TLC, and we was looking at her like, "Girl, who the fuck are you? And why do you have an opinion? Why do you have an opinion? Be quiet." Like it's that defensiveness. Like because I think now to be granted, TLC T-Bars and Chili be annoying. Like I'm not even gonna cap. They do be annoying, but like they had said something like, "Oh well, we don't have to get naked like the girls of today," but once again, feeling hit like an Aries moon and rising, she clapped back and was, I forgot what she said about TLC, but I was like, be quiet. And then with that Pisces energy, it just kind of, I think she's done a better job at being sneaky about it. It's a little bit more subtle with her being a Pisces sun, right? Because that Pisces energy facilitates this kind of princess effect. So that's why she is like, oh, I'm a sassy savage princess. Like, okay, girl, sassy princess. But I remember when Tiana was gonna beat your ass. I remember that. Yeah, I remember when she got into it with Tiana Taylor. I'm like, I don't know, because she's a Sag with that Gemini Mars and that Leo South Node, sis. You might want to sit this one out. You might want to sit that one out. Good luck booking that stage that you look. I'm like, y'all really out here letting Rihanna dog y'all any kind of way. And this is why I don't. Granted, Chris Brown is a problem. Let's be very clear. I'm not capable for Chris Brown because as a person, I actually despise Chris Brown. But she was hitting that nigga. Like, y'all, like, let's can we admit that to amongst ourselves? Like, now, like they were like fighting each other. Like, it was a fight. I mean, she just lost because he's still a man, but they were fighting. They were fighting because they were fighting. She probably hit him and everything else first, and then he went and he rocked her ass and knocked her head between the cup holder and the driver's stick. Okay. Rihanna hit him a couple times. And then and let me stop because I'm not trying to make it funny. It was dead wrong. It really was. It was dead wrong. It was dead wrong. On both ends. It was dead wrong. Not milk his is the way. I don't know why that phrase is so funny to me. Not milk it. And Chris got that Cancer Mars. I always stay away from Cancer Mars men too. If you, I deal with a Cancer Sun man before I deal with a Cancer Mars man, because a lot of them can be very abusive. A lot of them could be. Never mind. We're not even gonna go there on this live stream, but a lot of them can be abusive. So just two people who don't know how to control their emotions. Periodo, periodo. Can be very crazy. Uh huh. Uh huh. He bit her fingers. Hello, Sha. Yes, I decided to switch it up a little bit and come on a little early. Just switch it up just a little bit. Your husband is oh. Oh, you said your husband in your head is a Cancer Sun and Mars. Well, may the force be with you. Okay. God bless you and you and you. And especially you, ma'am, with the husband with the Cancer Sun and Mars. Cancer Mars beach ass niggas. Oh, you caught me on your lunch break. Yeah, hit me up. One request. Could you read you for filth? I will. I will. Coming right up. That's I'm gonna be real. When I do my individual readings, I don't go as hard as I go in on celebrities. Honestly, I take it a case by case basis. This is where my Libra rising comes in. You will always get the truth. Don't get me wrong. You're always gonna get you're good, you're bad, you're ugly. That's who I am. I don't know how to be no different. But the way in which I deliver it, I do cater my delivery based on your chart. Cause like if you are a person who very similar to myself, I have OCD. So if I see you having some type of afflicted sixth house placements, you're a Virgo moon and it's, squaring Pluto and or a poet, like I'm not gonna, come off top and just tell you like, okay, well, like this bad thing could happen and this bad, like I'm not gonna put it like that because you being who you are, it's not gonna benefit you. You're only going to walk away with a negative perception of that. But you also have a lot of people who are just straight shooters who can handle that. mentally. My big three, I'm a Sag Sun, Virgo Moon, Libra Rising. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all know me. When I get you to do my birth chart, please go hard on me. Okay. Huh? Yes. Come here. Hold on, y'all. Let me talk to my offspring. She summons me. What you need? Hold on, y'all. Well, be careful because I don't want you to fall. So if you're gonna be up there, be up there. Go up there and stay.
Mommy, can we go for
Yes. I told you to wait. Okay. You want to say something to the people? Say hello.
um
Say hey, everybody.
Hi everybody. I am the Hood
Introduce
Astro
yourself.
Queen's.
Who are you?
I am the Hood Astro Queen's daughter, Madison Smith.
Good job. Okay. Go have a seat.
Okay.
Late today. The princess has spoken. Um. Oh my goodness, y'all are egging her on, honey, because she is eating this up. What's going on? Those two demon, not demon cuties, NBA young, but no, what the hell is wrong with you? In NLE, got him. I I don't really I listen to NBA young boy, but I don't check for NLE in any fact. First of all, didn't he just turn like 18? So I just he's never been on my radar. He don't make my type of music. And NBA YoungBoy is 21. He's still young, but he's just I actually like his music. I don't even I've heard of NLE Chopper because of the posted in front selling it till the sun come down. Like I heard that song. And then he be on don't he be on the Shade Room? I don't know. I don't know much about that man. I'm sorry to that man, but I would look into it. As she should. Your husband's a Virgo rising and moon OCD. Ooh, yeah, it can be very insecure. Yep, yep. Especially when you don't have other things to balance that out. For sure. Now with NBA YoungBoy, we can go over his chart because I actually was gonna make this an upload, but fuck it, we can and that's my thing too. And I think that's where I feel like my generation, like the millennials, we're slowly becoming our parents because I feel like there is this lack of acknowledgement when it comes to younger music, and even a lot of niggas trying to do NBA. Like y'all not finna do youngin like that. Y'all not finna do youngin like that. Like, oh well, you can say whatever you want to, because I am a firm believer in separating the art from the artist. So there are a lot of people who y'all have heard me time and time again say, and as a person, I don't care what happens to them. I don't like. I just don't care for them. But music wise, you can't, like, if you're being objective and say, you can say that his music is not your style. But if you're saying, oh, he can't rap, you a hater. You're a hater. Like That's officially the conclusion I've come to. You can say like that genre of rap is not my thing, or that's not really my cup of tea. It ain't gotta be your cup of tea, but that nigga fire. That nigga hard. You not finna play with Youngin. I'm gonna go hard, but I'm gonna go to war about Youngin every time if we're talking about like rap and what he's brought to rap and that Louisiana sound and how he's helped cultivate that and take that to another level. I really admire him, and I even looking at his chart, and which I'm going to pull up momentarily, I feel bad for him because like a lot of Libras, he is somebody who is literally a product of his environment. Now you could say to one degree or another, we all are products of our environment, and that's absolutely true. Because I mean, the moon is a very, which the moon can deal with your early family life, your upbringing. It's the moon is a very receptive planet, right? It mimics, it takes in a lot, so it reflects the light of the sun, right? So I completely understand, but with Libra being the sign of other people, a lot of Libra placements um can find, and very similar to Aquarius, like I always say, can find themselves on the receiving end of like benefiting from a lot of different things, or if they're around people who really are bad influences, they can fall victim to that too. They can fall victim to that too. And I just feel bad because I feel like as a person, I really do think at his core, NBA is a good boy. Like I think he's a good kid. But no, I'm a millennial. I mean, well, you got phases. You got the Pluto, because technically there are some Pluto Libra millennials. Um, you know, I'm more so towards the later of or the latter part of Pluto and Scorpio. But still, like I'm even with that being said, I'm still noticing as a collective, a lot of us are starting to share those sentiments. Like I'm all for upholding, the nostalgia that came along with your era, and things that are going to be associated with um your generation for certain reasons, but I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bath water. I can acknowledge like niggas, young niggas with talent. Your age, how old are you, KP? I'm 29. I'll be 30 this year. Whoo, dirty 30. It's coming. The 3-0. My 20s, I think I'm gonna do like a little reflection on my 20s. Cause my 20s, what are some things I learned in my 20s? One of the biggest lessons I learned in my 20s was it's all about you. Like it's literally all about you. Fuck everybody. Like anybody that comes to your mind when you be like, oh, fuck them too. Yes, fuck them too. It's about you. You be 31 next month? Okay, come on, come on. Come on, my 30 crowd. You cry when you turn 30. Leo, Virgo, Gemini are and I think I'm missing somebody else. Leo, Virgo, Gemini. And I guess you could say Cancer to one degree or another. Hate getting older. They fear, a lot of them can fear getting older or have like a little complex about it. You're getting up for your 40s. What's up, Tuli? Dirty 30s in the chat. Come on, mature. Come on, mature. Yes. But I completely understand. Like, you know what it is? I think, especially because for women, society teaches us that our value decreases with age. So once you, and honestly, you can make a case that is rooted in sheer pedophilia, because there is this kind of desire to keep women and looking like girls, or even when, and even when it comes down to things that are for most people deemed as like compliments and just innocent, like, oh, how old are you? 45. Oh, you look good. Because everything is, it's almost like it's because the standard is set at how young, like a woman should always either be young, or if, once you age out of a certain age range, you need to look young. And a lot of women feel the pressure from that. A lot of women feel the pressure from that, because it's like, why do we have to look like girls, or like, for as long as possible, for us to be deemed of value to society. You don't feel it, Jupiter and Leo, just an existential crisis. Thank goodness I look good. Yeah, and even looking at my family, like, I know, I mean, a lot of y'all were surprised when I posted when you see my pictures, and I say my age, because I know I don't look my age either. My mom doesn't. Y'all, I kid y'all not, because a lot of Virgo moons can have very youthful mothers. So my mom literally looks very young. So I remember I had my daughter. I was in the hospital, and the nurses were like really confused when they saw my mom with Maddie. Like, they thought that that was her child instead of mine. And then they were like, well, your daughter, like, they thought I was just a teen mom. They assumed I was a teen mom, because they was like, well, if this is her granddaughter, then like she has to be damn near a child having a baby. And my mom was like, no, she's like 21. She's grown as fuck. What are you talking about? Happy birthday, Glam Diva. Or did I feel like I already wished you? I don't know. It's a lot of people with birthdays in the chat. But if I didn't say it already, happy birthday. I feel like I'm a border child. Y'all saw that Gen Z millennial war that was happening on Twitter, or was that just me? Did that occur in your neck of the woods on Twitter, or nah? Yes, having Virgo placements, Leo placements can make you look really young. Hmm. I mean, look at J Lo. She's a perfect example of that youthful Leo. A lot of Leo women really like looking young, and a lot of times it has a lot to do with why they attract younger men too. It's all about wanting to fit. Look at Madonna. They will date somebody half their age and a slick. Okay, that's the melanin and dimples baby face. Yes, if I age like my mama, I'm gonna be good for quite some time. Quite some time. Even her students in school, like, y'all know my mama taught Lil Yachty, right? I just had to throw that flex in. But like, I remember her, because so she gets a lot of students because she's like a school teacher, and routinely all of her students be like, I did not know you had like grown children, because she'll have like my daughter on her desk, like a picture, or they'd be like, oh, you got kids? How old your kids? She was like, oh, 30 or 29 or whatever. And they were like, what? Madonna almost killed Drake with that kiss. Yes. I remember that. I remember that when he bent over. I was like, that's got to be embarrassing. How you kiss somebody and like he can't even fake it for the performance, and then just voice his disinterest in the gesture later. Like that nigga grabbed his face like, oh, that was so embarrassing. No, that's embarrassing. Woo! Nah, Capricorn is a sign of age, literally. So I mean, Capricorns, a lot of people with prominent Capricorn energy actually be looking like they done been through some things. Actually, actually, she do like she smell like my balls. Yes. Okay, you can get a juice. Thank you. You're welcome. Pisces can. It depends on how. It just depends on how well they take care of themselves. If they're like the drugged out Pisces, probably not. But you know, a lot of Pisces can be into things like cosmetics and skincare and all that kind of stuff. So they probably, you know, they can if they channel more of that energy, they can definitely keep themselves up. Men told me I would make a bad mother and then tried to trap me. Little do they know I'm protected by the blood of the Lamb. Ooh, girl. Well, but yeah, so lessons in my 20s. I also learned that like if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Sometimes I think we just overcomplicate things in our 20s, you know? And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're learning yourself. You know, you're still learning yourself, you're still learning your likes and your dislikes and who you are as a person. But once the closer you get to 30, it's like a switch goes off in your brain where, especially if you're the type of person who done spent the bulk of your 20s single. For me, a switch kind of flipped in my brain, and it's just like, so take me as I am, or have nothing at all, or whatever Mary J said. And then just when it comes to life too, learning to give yourself time and patience. It could also be kind of depressing because the closer you get to 30 or that first Saturn return, you start looking back over your accomplishments. You start looking back at the things that you've done, the things that you still want to do. And a lot of your dreams can feel far away, or you know, they can kind of dampen a little bit. The light dampens on them because you start realizing that we live in a society that prioritizes youth over everything. And so certain things, um and this is not popular to say, but like to a certain degree or another, like certain things you may just have to put to bed. Realistically, you is not going to be no aspiring rapper. Like I can see if you already had like a foot in the industry and you just trying to, you know, navigate from there. You're not going to be a 30-year-old aspiring rapper. You might fare better being like an actor, maybe kind of, because I mean like Morgan Freeman and Taraji P Henson's, and you know all of them got their starts later on. So you know, and I don't think people focus on those kind of cases more, where there are people who like your life is not over just because you turn 30, and let Twitter tell it. Oh my God, when Gen Z get a hold of Twitter, that's all they do all day. Talking about something. Y'all 30 and they acting like this. JT, she damn near 30. JT and Uzi damn near 30, and they acting like teenagers. I'm sorry, 20-year-old. Who the fuck died and left you in charge of age appropriate behavior or healthy, you know, age appropriate engagement? Huh? Now it's gonna take for y'all asses to turn 30. And then when you look up and realize that there's no magic, you know, there are no dancing lobsters that come out of the ceiling. There's no magic, you know, red line that you cross and then you cut the ribbon and you win the trophy. Like it's not that. It's not that. It's really not that. So I don't know at what point do y'all really expect like millennials to not be like, I don't get it. Like, what? I don't know. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of confusing. The fuck y'all want us to act like? I'm confused, bitch, because we're not officially auntie status just yet. I'm like your older cousin, your older cousin Faye, that you don't leave around your nigga, but I ain't no auntie. They stressing trying to be original. Who? These kids get on my nerves with their mouths and fans. 30 is a new 80 according to exactly. I'm like, and the scary part is y'all niggas acting like, and but you know what? Honestly, I did it too. And that's a part of being young is stupid. You literally think you're immune to certain things. You think you get to look at the world through like this kind of invincible. That's what it is, and that's another reason why your first Saturn return is so monumental, because it's almost like a reality check on your um your mortality. You start thinking like, okay, the first stage of life is over. And by the grace of God, I'm blessed to see it. But what's next? And then after that, and let's see how fast this went. So now your life, low key, like okay, whew. But you don't think like that at 20. And at 20, I was like, I remember arguing with bitches and being like, "Shut up, old ass bitch! Shut up, go find you something to do." Like, get somebody auntie up out of here. That nigga smoking mid, get that pat back to your uncle. We used to do all that. But you get there and you be like, we were wrong. Cause I feel like the same person. And clearly I'm triggered here because I'm going on a tangent, but like something else that kind of annoyed me about like the whole Gen Z versus millennial thing on Twitter. It's like they swear up and down. They was like, ooh, Gen Z, the way they is eating y'all, the way they is tearing y'all up. Ooh. And it's like the only insults that you have were like, oh, y'all are millennials. Y'all still watch cartoons. Bitch, let's see if your ass is still watching cartoons in 10 years. Like, what do y'all want us to act like? Like, oh, y'all still watching cartoons, y'all still living at home with y'all parents. And that's how you know they dumb, young, dumb, and full of cum. Because if you had two quarters to rub together, you would know that, from an economic standpoint, millennials are the first generation to not do better than their parents because of the state of the economy. So actually, we're victims of the same economy, right? We fall victim to a lot of the same economic and systematic hardships that Gen Z have as well. So honestly, instead of fighting, Gen Z and millennials actually need to work together and start taking down these fucking boomers and Generation X motherfuckers who clearly are running society into the ground to our own detriment. But the only critique you have is, and that's another thing too, considering those circumstances, where you think you finna be at 30? If my millennial ass is at home with my parents, which I'm not, Megan is not, but just arbitrary, like generally speaking, right? If my millennial ass is at home with my parents, the first generation to not do as well as the generation before us, bitch, where you finna be at in 10 years? And then let's revisit this conversation. Like, how is y'all roasting us like you're not spending your adulthood in a economic depression and global pandemic, nigga? I got to live life when you ain't have to wear a mask. I enjoy my 20s. Like, what about y'all? Shit. Oh, did you put on your mask today? No. I got to enjoy spring break without helicopters coming over the top saying, you're violating. You're violating. You can't be here. We got curfew. So, Oh, y'all was just okay. Okay. Talking about something we was just playing. I'm like, I live my life and got more of it to live. We was really out in the field. Gen Z don't know nothing but TikTok facts. And I'm not even finna be one of those. Like I said, I'm not one of those people who subscribe to like all old. I mean, everything new is bad. Everything unfamiliar is bad. Cause I think older people, that's what makes certain older people corny to me. Like, because not all elders deserve respect. And I completely get that. Or people who are just older than you by a few years but like I completely get that. But sometimes we need to I don't really see Gen Z being gathered the way they need to be gathered. When I see people trying to gather them, it's in a way that kind of feeds into their point, and it's a very condescending thing, and some of it can be rooted in jealousy and all this other stuff, and that's not really it. I'm gonna need it's okay though, because I will be here to get Gen Z together the way they need to be gathered. It's okay. The job lies, it falls squarely on my shoulders. I'm accepting it gracefully. But y'all gonna learn today. I know it's not all Gen Z. I'm literally speaking to like collectives. We already know there will be exceptions to the rules. We already know this don't apply to everybody. Honestly, Gen Z makes up the majority of my clientele as well as my channel. To keep it real with you, I got a fair amount, like a lot of millennials too. But like actually, I would argue it may be a little bit more of that generation Pluto Sagittarius. So, like I said, it's with love. It's with all the love in my heart. Just look at me as like a younger Auntie Ayala without all the answers, because I ain't got all the answers either. I'm gonna just tell y'all niggas what works for me. What's done work for me thus far. Y'all gotta figure y'all own shit out. I ain't no role model. The youngest millennials, ooh, they would be in there like 25 right now. The youngest millennial is like 25 ish. And 2 pages. Come on now. Now I remember, because I mean I never had a 2A, but I'm old enough to remember like having parents and adults walking around with their pages and stuff, or that they would put it in a song. Put it in. Oh, hit me on my 2A. I got it on the. I'm like on the 2A. I will forever think about that scene from Dilemma where Kelly was texting on a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, but she was acting like she was like sending a text message. Y'all remember that? I'm like, is that what a 2A is? See, I fit in the millennials. I'm not a part of these Gen Z lunatics. 2030 kids, we got a long way to go. Why I gotta be a division? I mean, I don't. That's a good question. I would like to know the answer to that as well. Actually, I kind of already know, because it history repeats itself. It's always going to be a little tension between one generation and the next, because as one generation ages up and out, you have the new generation who feels like they know everything, and in some ways, in a lot of ways, what they contribute are valid. And then you have people who are older who are haters, but then you also have people who are older who, like it's always been this kind of age gap, especially in like Western society in America, because we don't really value the aging process. We don't value wisdom in aging, like in other countries. The way they look at elders and in getting older in life is very different. So, you know. You remember when the Soul Train used to come on Saturdays, 99, baby? Pluto Scorpio generation, extremely entrepreneurial. Because we don't take well to being micromanaged. But, Gen Pluto um, and Sag are like that too, though. They need their freedom too. So we are very much alike in that respect. Man, listen. Okay, so in my book club meeting the other day, I was singing Craig David. Y'all remember Craig David? That met this girl on Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. We be making love by Wednesday. And on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, chill on Sunday. I was listening to the other day. I can't believe they came out in the year 2000, I think. I remember as a kid, my mama went out and bought his whole CD. And to this day, I still can't tell you nothing else on that motherfucker. I didn't even realize he was from the UK. But and Jam. Oh, can you feel me? Okay, okay, okay. You're right. Na, 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 can you feel me in? That might have been his first song, actually. Okay, I take that back. I take that back. I take that back. But I don't know nothing else. Name something else. I don't know nothing else. It's the feel me in. Well, honestly, it was the 7 days for me. I take that back. Feel me in was alright. It was whatever, but it was the 7 days for me. It's like 9-year-old me talking about something. Met this girl on Monday, took her for a drink on Tuesday, and we been making love on Wednesday. And on Thursday, you can't tell me nothing. He was fine. Yeah, he was cute. We was gangster. I was just get out my head, Alicia. Get out my head. I was. I had the moment where I almost said it, but I was like, let me stop because y'all know how I feel. Y'all know how I feel. It's the majority of these people in Hollywood are gay, but he Aquarius. You know I went and looked at his chart, right? He's in a. Oh no, I can't remember. But when I saw that Aquarius South Note, I said, "Up, case open, closed." He said, "I met that man on Monday. He took him for a drink on Tuesday." Yeah, he's on the spectrum. He's a songwriter too. Yes, sweeter than sugar. Uh-huh. Trolling the millennials and they started taking it to heart. Well, you ruined music for the industry, the Napster and LimeWire generation. Yes, never mind. Listen, you ain't lived life until you spent hours of your time burning CDs. It used to be dudes at my school who used to do it for me. They were really good with like, cause I didn't really know how to do it at first before I learned like when it first started coming, like when people first started using a live what it LimeWire. We use LimeWire. I would have like different dudes in my school. I would write down all the songs I wanted. And I'd be like, it'd be like a 20 songs. And I fold it up. I get the CD and pass it to, old dude in my class. He'd be like, all right, I got you. Get on the bus. The next day, he'd be like, oh, okay, I did it. I'm like, appreciate it. And I have my little Walkman, and I be at school all day, like, well, ho, sit down. Y'all remember? Well, I don't know how many people from Atlanta in the chat, but y'all remember Maceo, that song, ho, sit down. Hey, ho, sit down. Hey, ho, sit down, ho, sit down. Every time I come around, she hollering, screaming, jumping up and down. Hey. I used to, man, listen, I had downloaded his whole CD like that. Those were the good old days. You remember the cassette tapes? See, ooh, you took it back. Like your parents and I almost beat your ass for fucking up the VHS tape. You remember looking into Mario's not that Mario's nostrils. Somebody was like, the nigga nostrils so wide you could fit a quarter through that mud. That man, listen, his nostrils always used to scare me. And I know it's gonna be somebody in the chat talking about something that's anti-black. You know, I'm not even against big noses. It's just the fact that his nostrils was flared up like that, like tooted up. Like literally, you can see his brain if you like really look hard enough. That nigga can smell what's on your mind. Had a Walkman, me too. Then y'all remember when the iPods first came out, then they had the shuffles. I got so mad because I remember one year for Christmas, I was in high school. I must have been in ninth grade. I got a iPod shuffle, but I wanted the nano. All my friends, because the difference between the nano was it was a surprise. All you could do was download your songs on that thing and then just press a button and you didn't know what was coming next. I guess that's why they call it shuffle. But the nano, you can actually click on it and scroll and find the song, find the artist, and listen to it. And like I wanted a nano, but I got a shuffle, and so all my friends made fun of me when I got back to school. They was like, "Bitch, you don't even know what you're gonna listen to next. This is you gotta guess." I was like, "Fuck y'all." Not the big booty DVDs. Yes, I remember. I found I can't even talk how I want to because it's the daytime show. But I found the same thing. I found my stepdad's tape too. Lily. And when I say it scared me, but it intrigued me at the same time, I was like, what is this? Because I was looking for my TLC tape. Because there was a video recording of TLC doing a fan mail tour that I had. And when we moved, I went to go look for it. And let's just say I got more than what I bargained for. Yes, parents be freaky deaky the whole time. You like, what? What? It was disgusting. I mean, like, it's disgusting to think about it belonging to your parents. Not to rewind the scenes. You got to take it back to the starting point. I did that before because you like, dang, they gonna know somebody been watching it, and when they press play, it don't play on the the part they left. You gotta take it back. Your ass been memorized the exact second. Like, okay, okay, stop right here. 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 seconds. Your friends thought that this was fake, not fake. Oh my gosh. On me. Flipping between HBO or Cinemax or cartoon. Listen, you know how when you watching when you was watching something you ain't had no business watching and you had the remote your thumb on the last button. When your parents walk in, you hit last so fast. No, listen, I remember I was in Girl Scouts, right? I was in like the fifth grade, no, sixth grade. And that was my last year. I quit because after that, my mama kept wanting me to do Girl Scouts. I'm like, girl, I'm a teenager now, girl. You can dead all that. But I would never forget it was a boys and girls club. I don't know if y'all have boys and girls clubs where y'all at, but it's like a little club, like a recreational club for all kind of kids. They usually come there after school, and they have all types of activities, and parents pick them up after school and whatever. And so my little Girl Scout troop was at the Boys and Girls Club. And so one night they had a lock in, right? And me and this girl who I used to be friends with at the time, she was a Leo, so she was off the chain. She was a Leo sun, Sag moon, off the chain. And me, her, and a couple of other girls, and her older sister, we got this idea. We was like, oh, well, while everybody else out in the front, in the front of the Boys and Girls Club, we're gonna be in the back room watching Uncut when it come on. And that's exactly what we did. we we was in the back room watching Pussy Poppin', head bouncing, Pussy Poppin'. Must be your ass because it ain't your face in a jail. And a jail. If you see her put her out, where she at? Where she at? Where she go? And we was practicing the dances. Girl, if our parents would have came in there, we would have got toe out the frame. But we got away with it. We got away with it. Just bad as hell. In the back, just popping, doing the crybaby, everything. Just like, but y'all, we was a hot mess for no reason. Black jeans. Yes. The early 2000s, yeah, that was the time. That my snitch ass cousin Brad is not cuz being the police. Bad as hell. We was bad. Nah, we did, especially folks with like if you got like Gemini in the eighth house or certain Gemini placements. A lot of people did. A lot of people did the whole playhouse. I did with my more so with my friends. I can't even speak how I want to speak because I got my kid in the background. So we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna say that for the nighttime show because I got stories. Like I got stories. Y'all know I got the stories on that. But I'm trying to kick it tonight. So tell me what did that thing. I I remember that video. Like when you go back and watch it now as an adult, it's like, wait a minute, what? What? One of my older sisters flashed. Oh, not the neighbors. And how did that turn out? What the heck? Can we go to Granny's house? We can go later. Not right now. Granny's house. It's been 10 minutes. Okay. But yeah, that was funny. So my child is getting a little antsy, so we finna get ready to get on with our day. I just wanted to hop on and have a little combo. I really ain't meant for this live to be long, but I'll keep it up. Oh yeah, she ready to go. She's ready to go. So it's been 10 minutes. Y'all know she keeping count. She keeping track, honey. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on out, and maybe I'll touch bases with y'all later on in the week. But the next live I'll do, it'll be our night lives, like regular, like usual. So I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you so much, Cinnamon Toast. You too. Love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.